Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and I am a fourth year dental student who is studying in Slovakia, Europe. Today I thought I would talk about things you can do whilst you're still a dental student to get a head start on your dental journey. Let's go. These things are really important to start now as a student, especially if you're really wanting to, flourish in dentistry and do really well for yourself. It's really important that you enjoy learning about dentistry, especially because it's something you'll be doing day in and day out. There's a lot of habits that you can start on now that will benefit you in the future as a dentist. I've recently learned that, you need to enjoy dentistry, you need to enjoy learning about it, you need to enjoy new techniques and new methods of doing things. Dentistry will be, a 9 to 5 thing for you initially. You want to make sure that you enjoy what you do every day. This is why I'm here today. I'm here to give you some tips to build habits now as a student that will benefit you in the future to ensure success as a dentist. Let's go. So, number 1, try and immerse yourself in dentistry beyond the classroom. You wouldn't just become a master cook by just reading cookbooks. Think of dentistry the same way. Just by studying dentistry in the library every day, learning the theory, this is not exactly going to prepare you for being the best dentist out there. The most empathetic dentists who can really connect with their patients and dentist who is really good with their handwork. That's not going to come from studying for hours in the library. I'm not just talking about communication and handwork in dentistry. You actually can learn more about dentistry beyond the classroom by diving into dental publications. Now, one of my favourite dental publications, let's talk about magazines. I actually read the dentistry.co.uk magazine. You can go onto the website and you can download the PDF within a matter of seconds. It's a really good read. They publish it every month and I've actually subscribed to them as well. You don't have to be a dental student, by the way, to subscribe to them. I subscribe to them so that I get the magazine delivered to my house every month. Too bad that the magazine goes to my house in the UK and not my house in Slovakia, but it's okay. I still can access the magazine through the website. It's a really interesting way to update yourself on everything that's happening within dentistry in the UK. They're actually really interesting to read, especially the magazine. I love this magazine. It's packed with cutting edge research, new techniques, and also case studies, which I think is amazing for students to learn, from new materials to treatment approaches. They keep you very up to date on what is happening in the UK with dentistry. Okay, number 2, YouTube is your best friend, I'm telling you. So if you go to YouTube and just type in Jazz Galati or Protrusive, either, his channel is absolutely incredible. If you get the Protrusive app, then you will learn so much. Even if you're on the free program, it doesn't matter. You will learn so much information about dentistry, it's actually crazy. He has so much on there. He films himself doing examinations and treatments on patients, which I think is amazing. No other dentist does that. And he really cares about helping other people learn in dentistry and about dentistry. And I think that is amazing because there aren't really many platforms that have this much to learn. He also has done podcasts and he's interviewed a lot of important people in the UK. He's got a full community of dentists and dental students. Dentists can post any questions that they have and everyone tries to help everyone, so it's really nice. When I graduate, I want to make sure that I have support from other colleagues and other dentists out there, and it's amazing to know that the Jazz Galati protrusive community does exist, because I would be fully on my own if I didn't have other people to get advice from with certain cases, or other people to ask, if I wasn't unsure about something. And he is an amazing mentor and teacher as well. He actually films his treatments and examinations. I think he has a GoPro on his head or something like that, and I think that's amazing. There's not a lot of dentists out there who try to help other dentists learn, or other dental students. It's better to ask a question than to never ask and make the same mistake, honestly. No matter how embarrassed you get, just ask the question. And I really feel as if the protrusive community creates the environment where it's okay to ask basic questions. I had to send an email to join the community, just proving that I was a student. That's fine. If you're a dental student, you'll get on it, no problem. The protrusive community, it's amazing, and I highly urge you guys, if you are out there and if you're dental students, to join this, because it really does create an amazing warm environment where you can just ask what you need to ask without judgment. He's a true inspiration and a fantastic resource. So next we have Mental Dental. These guys are amazing if you want to focus on the academic side of dentistry and you just want to learn the theory. So they're really good because they explain complex topics with memory aids and interesting visuals to help it stick in your mind more. So applying the theory, that's more Jazz's street. learning the theory generally, that is mental dental. So you basically need to subscribe to both of these to get, you know, the full experience. Just do it, you won't regret it, and thank me later. If you're in university and you're studying dentistry, dig a little bit deeper and try to find out if you have any societies or anything like that to do with dentistry specifically. If you do, then you're on to a winner. Try to join things like dentistry workshops or, you know, events, social events to do with dentistry, or even local dentistry society meetings. Anything like that will be very useful for this one. It's amazing to meet these dentists and to build your professional network and, you know, gain an insight as to what it is actually like to be a dentist in the real world. Build your professional network and don't be shy. Don't let imposter syndrome win. Just think to yourself, imposter syndrome is not a thing and I'm not going to let it control me. I'm a student, everyone was once a student, and it's totally okay to ask questions. And these dentists also were students, just like you are now. Don't be shy, just go for it. I know that it's quite hard because obviously you're still a student. It's quite difficult to think of yourself. You know, when I was writing my personal statement for applying for medicine, it was quite difficult because you do have to think about yourself as someone who's achieved a lot and accomplished a lot, and I don't necessarily like talking about myself in that way. I find it quite cringe. So when I was having to, you know, introduce myself to dentists on LinkedIn and send a personalised note, it does hit you a little bit when they don't reply, I'm not going to lie, but the people who do reply, they really appreciate that you have come forward and, you know, you're wanting to connect with them and build a network. I think a lot of students forget to do this step. They forget to also network with other dentists. Yeah, it's fair enough learning all the dentistry that you can ever learn, but as soon as you're out of university, if you've got no one to kind of have that teamwork and rapport with and build something with, then you're very much on your own. And in an environment like dentistry, this can make it a whole lot more difficult to succeed and to do well. So it's quite important that you do have a good network and a good support system around you. I feel like there's a high level of respect between dentists in the UK. Everyone's very much in the same boat, and especially with the Patriciarati community, everyone does work together. People are very forthcoming with helping and with solving the issue and helping this dentist to solve the issue. I'm very happy that there's a level of respect between dentists in the UK. So there's not really much to worry about when it comes to approaching dentists on LinkedIn. Just go for it and be confident. This one is really important. So it's very basic, but it's very important. So when you're in dental school, you cannot just rely on the theory and the books. You need to push yourself as much as possible. You need to try and get as many cases as possible. Work on as many patients as you can work on. If it's a case of, you know, doing one filling or doing 100, aim for doing 100 because this will serve you well. The more you get used to using your hands and build that muscle memory, the better you will be and the more confident you'll be in your abilities as a dentist. So it's really important to gain that clinical experience. This could mean anything from shadowing to being in dental school and really trying to grab every patient that comes through the door, if that is the way that your system works in your university. So with me, in my situation, I'm studying in Slovakia, so I have clinics, but they're not extremely intense. It's very much a case of first come, first serve almost. If you are a dental student and you're wanting to work on patients, you can do this. But also, if you want to sit out and not work on any patients whatsoever, you can also do this as well and slack. So you really get what you give with the clinics that I have here at UPGS. It's very much a case of just trying to do as many cases as you can. Every week I do ask my teacher, you know, who's coming in next week? What time should I be in the clinic for? And my teacher, although she'll be watching from the sides, she actually gives me her patients. So she'll say, okay, next week there's a patient coming in at 10, you should come in for 10 or before 10 so that you're early for my patient. So a lot of the time it's actually very simple cases. It'll be fillings, composite fillings. Sometimes it'll be taking an amalgam filling off and putting a composite filling on. It'll sometimes be temporary fillings as well, impression taking, scale and polish, extractions. So there's a range of things that you can be doing. And number 5, never stop learning. Okay, so always keep learning. And it's really important that, you know, even though there are communities out there of dentists, you are essentially doing this for yourself at the end of the day. You're trying to be the best version of yourself in dentistry. Well, that's what I'm trying to do anyway. Try to always learn something new and really push yourself so that when you come out of dental school, you know more than the average dental student. Do more than the average dental student so that you stand out from the crowd. If you want to learn about dental practice ownership, you should do that. You should start reading about that now. If you want to learn about orthodontics and you want to specialise in it, or you want to move countries, do that now, because you will be setting yourself up, and you will actually, without realising it, be manifesting it if you start to research it now instead of later. You're going to have, the way that I see it is, you're going to have to graft at some point, okay? It's either going to be now or later. So would you not just rather do it now whilst you're still studying anyway? I remember just recently, actually, I was watching The Student and Sunny Sedana's podcast. Sunny Sedana, he said in that podcast that Rina Wadia, I love her, she was always asking for, even though she was the year below Sunny, she was always asking for his notes and always staying on top of things, always trying to learn. She worked incredibly hard and she was always at the clinics. I remember him saying this. Approach dental school like this, and look where Rina is now. There you have it, guys. They were my tips for bettering your chances of success after you graduate, because your dentistry degree isn't going to make you a dentist. It will make you a dentist on paper. What will make you a great dentist with your patients, with your handwork, with your theory even, is if you really understand dentistry, if you enjoy dentistry, and if you just immerse yourself in everything dentistry. Subscribe to those magazines, subscribe to Jazz Galati, and just start to enjoy it. It'll pay off, trust me. Thank you for tuning in, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.